So we're now close to Belem Tower, which is just over there, yonder. As I flip the camera around, you can see it just behind Lottie there. And this place, it's famous in my eyes and my heart. I've seen it so many times online, and I'm here now. It's not in its usual place. It's normally closer to the tower, but what can I do? It's here anyway. I'm gonna try one of their tasty morsels, what they have to offer. There is the price list there. And this is the lovely server. What's your name, my dear?
Raquel.
Raquel. Are you from Lisbon originally?
Yes, I am.
Excellent, excellent. How long have you been working here?
For 1 year.
1 year?
But I'm here sometimes, only
Okay.
a few days.
Okay, so
We have
let's see.
here more
That's the price
options.
list there.
We have every kind.
Oh,
Every
wow.
kind of wine. We have all Portuguese.
Excellent. Portuguese has to be one of the best, if not the best anyway.
Yeah.
And you have some merchandise, don't you? Your glasses.
Yes, we have glasses. All glasses are souvenirs
Okay.
to bring home.
Okay.
Yeah, they're takeaway glasses.
Do you-
And they say Lisbon and 2024 and the year.
And-
so our customers have a collection of all the years.
Oh,
sometimes.
and how much do you sell them for?
So a glass it's 250, but it comes with the wine. So if you buy wine, you get a glass.
Okay, excellent. Okay. And do you have anything else by way of merchandise?
We have these souvenirs you
Okay.
can take on the plane, and it's the miniatures from port wine, all the
Okay.
kinds. This is five wine, 5 miniatures, and then we have the 3 package.
Okay. And how much do they sell for?
So that's for 15, and this
15?
is 20.
Okay.
And also we have a single one, miniature, and then the Ginjal, which is a liquor. You know
Ginjal, made from cherry.
The chocolate cup.
Yes. Excellent. Okay, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
I better try something whilst I'm here.
Yeah. So it's white sparks. Do you like port wine? you tried it?
I've not really
Just
tried it properly. More
Okay.
Madeira wine, so
Okay.
it'll be similar, I know.
Yeah, it's different, but yeah, it's the same kind of like the sweetness, because there are dessert wines. And now we put tonic.
That's looking good. Let's come around this side. Maybe get a better angle there. There's the logo on the glass. Slice of lemon as well.
So that's for you.
Thank you.
And the chocolate.
And here's the chocolate cups for the ginjal.
You don't want to try?
No, I'm okay,
Okay,
thanks.
so we have the ginger, which is from Acuba, so a little bit north from here. It's near Nazaré. Have
Okay.
you heard of Nazaré, the big wave?
Yes,
Yeah.
famous for the surfing.
Yeah, that's close.
And those of you who would have seen my Madeira Flower Festival vlog with all the stores, I had one of those, and Joe Perilla said I wasn't doing it right.
All in one. All in one, and the chocolate. And the chocolate.
Okay, so
So-
you can sip it or drink as a shot, but sip it because it's good.
Yeah.
And then eat the cup after. Otherwise, everything together is a big mess.
See, Joe, you've been told if you're watching this, the proper way to have it. It's not all at once. So go for it, Lottie. Let me know what you think.
It's good.
Okay.
Good.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to try the port with tonic. First time ever I tried this. There's the logo, wine with a view. It's a very classy drink truck. It's not a food truck as such, but a cart, drink cart. There's a train going past behind, we'll let it go, making that racket. So here goes the first sip. It's very sweet, not overly bearing, pleasant. Summer fruit flavors in it. Wow, this is great. I'm enjoying this, yes. I'm going to give this 10 out of 10. Thank you. Muito obrigado. So huge thanks to Raquel muito obrigado, for serving me that lovely port and tonic there. Oh, that was divine. Oh, Summer's almost around the corner, and that reminded me of it. So now we are in front of Belem Tower, and it is actually far more impressive than what I saw on the telly and on YouTube and that. Wow, as I often say. So I was going to walk along the boardwalk to it, but as you can see, it's closed. I think they closed at around 6 o'clock. It's about 8 minutes after 6 now. There is a little river beach right here. The waves of the Tagus lapping up on it, and the sun is still scorching above my head, and the current temperature is 31 Celsius still. Seems a bit cooler, but then you have the coastal breeze to contend with. And why not? It is a beach of sorts, so let them sunbathe. Right folks, I guess it's time for the flying camera. It worked. Right, so we're back from Belem to Sodre or something like that. Sodre. Practice makes perfect. And we've got to find the ferry terminal, which is this way. We're going to take the ferry to the other side of the river, and that's going to be a fun cruise. So it's Terminal 3 you want. That's a ferry to where I want to go, to the other side. Cacilhas. Right, we're going on to the ferry now. I made a mistake with the prices because I thought that the ferry is included in the price band which I'd purchased, but it was actually included in the lower price band, and the train to Belem wasn't included in the lower price band, but was included in the upper price band, which makes no sense because I thought that the upper price band was an all-in-one. So here we are. This is the way onto the ferry. There's a huge crowd here this evening, so we're going to enjoy this. trying to find a good seat if one is available, but this is a tough crowd. It's gonna be hard to beat, but try as I may. Let's go upstairs. It's a place for the better view, of course, in theory. Oh, plenty of seating up here. Have a look at this. So which way we're gonna go? I want to try and get a window seat if possible, if there's any left. Let's see, I'm gonna go this side for now. Let's try it here. Let's get nice and comfy here. And that's a view out of the scratched window. People still trying to get on. Okay, we're here. Time to get off. And Lottie and Alonso had scooted up in front of me. And we're off after about 10 minutes on the ferry. And now we've got to look for bus number 3001 to Cristo Rey. I'm going to make it there for sunset. Right, got to find where the bus stop is. I think it's over there somewhere. Is there any sign of Alonso?
He was behind me a few minutes ago.
We'll just have to slow down a bit, wait for him to catch up. So if you get off the ferry, go onto the street, turn left, and you'll see all the buses in front of you. So I've got to double check that it is bus number 3001 or not. Senor Cristo Rey? This one. Obrigado. So I think it's this bus. The driver pointed to it, or at least it's a bus stop. So whilst I'm waiting for the bus, I'll show you a few sights and sounds of Cacilhas. That's the name of the village or the town just south of Lisbon. That's where I'm at right now. And if you look right into the distance, that is the Lisbon skyline. And I hope I can make it to Cristo Rey for sunset. It's cutting it close, just depending on the bus when it's going to arrive. But it's looking good. You know Cristo Rey?
Which ferry?
This one? Okay. So I found the right bus for Cristo Rey. Okay. Unfortunately, the bus driver told me after we communicated, himself in Portuguese, myself in English, that Cristo Rey is closed for some reason, which I didn't know about. But there is a light. There is a silver lining to this cloud, because up ahead I've read about there's some interesting urban structures to check out along the river. So we're going to have a look at that. So all is not lost. Now I think to the left this is what I think they meant, a bit of urban decay, dystopia, whatever you want to call it. It's interesting nonetheless, especially with the golden hour light shining upon it. Oh, you just gotta love the sound of those waves of the river lapping against the shore, and the beauty of that yacht in front of us. I'd love to be sailing on that right now. Not got enough money for it to buy one, but if any of you watching this subscribe and I get 100,000 subscribers, maybe then I could afford it. So we're on this pier with gorgeous views of Lisbon and beyond. And guess what, folks? It's time for the flying camera. And so I hope you enjoyed that drone flight at sunset. And believe it or not, it's 28 degrees Celsius here and it's about 8:30 p.m. Who'd have thought it, eh? But still, you can get the afterglow of the sunset there right in front of you. That is absolutely gorgeous. You know, you got to live for moments like these because nature only gives it to you for a few minutes twice a day at sunrise and sunset. By the way, this spot is called, let me look it up on Google Maps whilst you're enjoying the view. Oh, temperature's dropped to 27 now, and we are in a spot called Ginjal, and I think this is called Rua do Ginjal, yes, and it's meant to be famous for its dystopian street art, as you can see as I walk around. And that's the April 25th bridge, which commemorates the 25th of April, which is Coronation Day of Portugal, unless I stand corrected, or something like that anyway. I need to pay more attention to local history. Whoops, got to look out for this. There is a hole in the ground there, and if I'd carried on walking and talking, I may have fallen into it, and you'd never have seen me again. Couldn't have that, could we? Or some of you thinking, maybe. And whilst walking down this river promenade, there's a couple of these hidey holes, and its entry is prohibited. It's not allowed, but looking in there, I think someone may live there. Maybe some homeless person or two. Interesting. I dare not go in, because if I do, they might be waiting for me, jump on me and rob me blind. I doubt it anyway. And I would not have expected this along this dystopian pathway, but there is a drink shack here, and of course they are selling drinks. And just over there, more homeless shelters amongst the graffiti, from the looks of things anyway. And just ahead it looks like a cool restaurant. And down these steps will take you to the river beach if you fancy a dip. And I definitely don't fancy taking a dip at dusk when it's getting dark. And how polluted is the river? I don't think it's that polluted. It doesn't look bad at all. And this is interesting here. It's some kind of museum. I can smell some wacky backy coming from inside it. And it also says no photo and no film. There's a little notice just inside the door. Not allowed. I'm not going to go in. I'll just continue walking this way. This is me in the mirror at the side of that wacky backy place. And what's it say? Bom dia. And if anyone can translate this for me into English, be my guest and leave it in the comments below. As we get closer to that restaurant, I've heard good things about it. But you need reservations. It's hard to get. Got to book in advance, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. But this place with the green chairs, I love the colour scheme of it. Don't know what it's called, unless it's an extension. No, it's not. It's called Atrinate or something like that. I'll know when I get closer to the sign. You can see it to the right under the parasol. And there it is. If you can make that out. I'll actually check it on Google Maps to be able to read it better, because I find it hard to read squiggle. And the place is called Atirate ao Rio. As you can see here on my phone, if you can make that out right there. So it looks like the people there, they're waiting in the queue, and a few behind me waiting to be seated. So I'm going to get some food myself, go back to the ferry port and see what's there, because it's a lot less busy there and I should be able to get a meal there, no problem. Right folks, it's time for my last supper in Lisbon, or rather the Lisbon area, as I'm south of the city across the river, and I'm in the venue called Estrela do Sol, and we've ordered the mixed fish grill. So it's for the three of us, so just have a look at that. Prawns, salmon, sardines, what else is there? Calamari, and some salad there. There's also a few potatoes to boot too. So I'd better try that for you. So here we go, the plate full of various fish, which I described momentarily. Bit of salad, which, well, what I'll do, I'm going to try the fish first. Grab some potatoes. I gotta leave some for the rest. I can't eat it all. Right. Oh, there's some swordfish in it as well, so he said. I'm not too sure which one is the swordfish. Or maybe not. So let's try this. Oh, I've got to be careful with the bones. And there's some bream. Did you say sea bream or was it sea bass? One of the two anyway. That is delicious. You could taste the roasting from there when it was barbecued. I'm going to put some lemon on it as well. Get the flies away. It's about 26 degrees Celsius and the time is 9:45 p.m. It's been a very warm day today. I think it's the warmest day I've experienced so far of 2024. Okay, so there's some salmon underneath it. I'll show you that there. Oh, that is good salmon. And this has to be the sardines. So let me try Portuguese sardines for the first time, cooked in a restaurant. Wow, I'm very happy with that. And the prawns still has its shell on, and I don't like prawns with shells on. I'm very fussy at that. But what can you do? Some places do that, that's their style. Let me break into that there, if I can. So, yes. That is good. And this restaurant seems to have 2.5 stars on Google out of 5. So I don't know why that is, but they seem friendly enough. And the manager, as I was walking past earlier before I went on the walk on Rua do Ginjal, he pitched us and said we'll go for a walk, enjoy the sunset and come back. And he was more than happy to serve us. Right, you can leave me in peace now, and I'll give you the final verdict. I'm going to leave the rating out of 10 below. Yes, it's justified. 10 out of 10. Is that the cops behind me? Have they come to get me? And that cost €30 for 3 people. Extremely great value. Right, it's getting late. The time is now, let's see, 22:30 exactly. We've got to try and get the ferry back before it shuts up shop, and also the last metro, got to get on that before that shuts up shop too, and then pack. Right, I'm through those gates which are behind me, ready for the ferry. It says that the next one is at 2300 hours, and now it's 22:38. But then on the app it says 22:45, so I'm a bit confused there. I'm just going to get the first ferry which comes my way, as long as it goes to Cais do Sodre, which is bang in the middle of Lisbon, from whence I came. So I got to the bottom of that information for the ferry times. Lottie's fault. She was looking the wrong way, starting on the other side at 22:45 instead of this side. So I think when that ferry gets here, that'll be our 2300 hours ferry. And here we go, back onto the ferry to take us back to Lisbon. So I'm going to head up the steps for a better view, and I think if I sit near where I sat last time, except not by that cloudy window, that scratched window, I'm going to sit here, because then there's a gap and I can show you a lot clearly the sights, and I'll supply the sounds with my voice as we cross the River Tagus, and we should get a lovely view of the April 25th bridge lit up in night mode. Once again, I got a little bit disorientated. I was on the wrong side of the ship, so I readjusted my position, and look at that splendid view of the bridge. And to the left, in blue and white, we have Cristo Rey and lit up. I've not seen those colours of it yet, but that looks splendid indeed. This is Lisbon, May 2024. We're coming in to the other side now, Cais do Sodre, and it took barely 10 minutes for the journey. Easy does it with the docking. Ooh. And we've made it successfully. To get off. Good thing there's a lot less people, because when I arrived here, such a big crowd, it was a bit of civilized pushing and shoving. We're here because it's so late, and it's after 11 o'clock, and we'll probably be on one of the last metros going back to Martim Moniz station. And good thing the metro station is actually just few meters away, and yeah, it's going to be fun to ride that at night. See how scary that is. Is it anything like the New York subway? No, not at all. So if I can remember my way back to the metro station, I think it was this way. Is it right, Alonso? Back to the metro station this way, I think? Yeah, because this is where we went through the first time earlier today. Number 3. And we came from this direction. There's Alonso leading the way with his red backpack. So this is the gap between the two buildings. So behind me is the ferry terminal and in front is the metro station. So just got to make sure that you see the green men on the display, because if you cross when it's red, the drivers might scold you and give out to you. One of them did yesterday, even though he was stuck in traffic and wasn't moving. So much for getting away with being a naughty boy. Except in that instance, eh? So, which way's the metro? Can you remember, Alonso? Well, there's Pingo Dos.
For you Pingo Dos.
Was it this way, maybe? That way. Okay. So, I think it's in this direction. No, that is the main line railway station. So, I'm just going to put the camera down and figure out which way I'm going. So figured it out. You turn right when you enter the building and look out for these escalators, and have to make sure I don't go down the escalator going up. We just take the stairs, because one of the escalators is out of action and the other one is heading up towards me. Go down these concrete steps all the way to the bottom will take us down to the metro line, and just a few stops in front would be my station, Martim, Moniz. There she is. We left her behind. She's a slow coach today. Epic space along this concourse here. Oh, they could hold events here. Christmas markets maybe. Right, so there's the barriers there. And I have my tickets ready. I've got them both mixed up. One for the ferry and one for the city transport. But I will try them both. Here we are as we get closer. Actually, I wonder if what would happen if I tap them both together. One of them should work in theory. Yes. Good thinking, Batman. And now we've got to go down to the platform. Last few steps to contend with. And did Lottie get through? I don't see her. Oh, she's stuck. Let's see what's happening there. Did you get through? I put both of them together and then it worked.
I tried walking over saying, don't leave me if this doesn't open.
Do you think I'd leave you? Yes. I wouldn't leave her really. And we're finally here. Alonso, how much time will be left, do you think, for the next metro? Is there a notice board anywhere?
No notice board there.
There is in Bangladesh actually. It tells you how many minutes the metro comes along, which is so strange. We'll have a look at those signs up ahead. See what that says. Now I have to make sure I'm on the correct line, that I'm going the right way. Oh, it doesn't matter because there's tracks on either side. So let's check the time. I'm not entirely sure how those times work. Just gotta wait it out and see what comes along. Fight our way. No, we're not really fighting our way. Just grab while the seat is there, and hopefully we're going to be facing the right way. And here's my station. Saida. I guess that means exit. Bye bye tram. Sorry, not a tram. Bye bye train. I've been seeing too many trams on the streets here because the famous tram 28 goes right in front of the apartment where I'm staying. So it's on my mind the whole time and I can hear it all day. And I think it travels up until midnight, maybe beyond until 1 o'clock, because I did see it out my window around 12:30. We're actually on Martin Moniz Square now, and Alonso's decided to have some fuchka. So those of you who saw my Hobbygonj street food vlogs would have seen me try this street food from Bangladesh. So there's egg crackers filled with spiced vegetables, a bit of chili, herbs, etc. You can't really see it in the dark there, but he's mixing it up there. I don't see the crackers yet, but they could be in that bag there. So Alonso, don't be nervous. It's your first time trying it. He's shaking the mix there for those bottles. Spices and chilies, maybe. Oh, there they are. They're in this container. The cracker balls. And it costs €2 for 8 of them. I'm not having any because I've eaten so much earlier. I'm stuffed. So I'm gonna save them for when I'm back in Bangladesh. और भाई अपना नाम कोई याद है नाम ब्लॉगर लगी जलाल अहमद अच्छा जलाल Ahmed अच्छा so he's breaking the shells up. Hopefully you can see it because it is quite dark here. It's almost like an egg, but it isn't. And he's giving a bit of salsa in that plastic bag. Oh, salsa nam kita. Oh, tetul. Oh, it's tamarind. Tamarind. I'd forgotten for a moment what it was. अच्छा है जानबू এটা You heard it then, okay. So Raquel, the monument I went to, how do you pronounce it?
Padrão dos Descobrimentos.
Padrão dos
Descobrimentos.
Descobrimentos. Almost there.
Almost there.
Practice makes perfect. Thank you. Obrigado.
De nada.
And why not? It is a beach of sorts. Sunbathers are at it. And any sign of Alonso?
He was behind me.
So here we go. So here we go. I've dumped. Tut tut tut. Typical bin truck Martin, creating havoc and traffic lines here.